Arrow-Magnolia offers several types of air-water driven systems. They all use both air and water to power the system and dilute the chemical. Now, the chief differences are the number of products that can be used with each system and the means of getting water. The principal advantage of these types of systems is that they can offer both very high and low dilutions and supply great foaming action. Today, we'll be working with a system that uses two products. Begin by checking that all the hoses, the mixing block, and wand are in good shape and not leaking. Next, make sure the hoses are inserted properly into the chemicals and that the air and water sources are securely attached to the system. Then ensure that the system is securely attached to whatever surface it is on. Lastly, make sure the outbound hose is free of any catches or entanglements and is in position to be easily pulled around the truck. When ready to start cleaning, make sure the inbound water valve, the inbound air valve, and all of the outbound chemical valves and the wand valve are in the off position. Then go to the water source, then the external air source, and turn them on. Next will be to turn on the inbound water valve, then the air regulator, and choose the chemical you wish to start with. It is imperative that you only use one chemical at a time. Now we're ready to clean a truck. We'll begin with the first product, a heavy-duty concrete remover. Pick up the wand and turn on the outbound chemical valve, and then the wand valve, and begin applying to the truck. Wait until the foaming action has stabilized before applying it to the truck. Make sure to use the chemicals in the proper manner as described in a previous chapter. If you have any questions about product strength or dilution, talk to your plant manager. Never attempt to change these settings on your own. When switching between chemicals, you will need to first shut off the outbound chemical valve and bleed the outbound hose and wand clear. This will take about 30 seconds. Then turn on the next outbound chemical valve and start cleaning. When you are finished applying the chemical, turn off the chemical valves and let the outbound hose bleed clear. Then turn off the inbound water and air valves. Next, you should shut off both the water and the air source. Lastly, put the hose up neatly and leave the wand in a safe place. Some of the common problems we see in the field with these systems are not allowing the outbound hose and wand to bleed clear before switching to the next chemical. This can cause you to apply the wrong chemical and/or cause problems with chemicals mixing. It can potentially enhance corrosion and/or cause truck damage. Not turning off the water source after using the system. This causes two basic problems, water and/or chemical leaks at fittings from the pressure and eventually a check valve failure that will either leave water running until the source is shut off or a chemical spill that will empty a tank. It is critical to turn off the water source after each use. Not turning off the external air source after using the system. These systems are especially susceptible to dust and debris, and leaving them running causes two basic problems: vibration damage to the air pump and/or chemical leaks at fittings from the pressure and eventually a check valve failure that will either leave your water running until the source is shut off or a chemical spill that will empty a tank. It is critical to turn off the air pump and regulator after each use. Not putting the hose and wand up properly. Wands that are dropped will eventually break. If broken, chemical and water will leak out and wands will have to be replaced. Unless hoses are put away securely, they will eventually leak and break, causing serious problems and potentially dangerous leaks.